Hello, lovelies, and welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today, we're going to take a second and unstuff my savings challenge envelope where I stuff a whole bunch of money until I have a chunky size folder, and we are going to then put it into its respective savings challenge envelopes. We're going to mark off some tracking sheets. We're going to scratch some things off. We're going to do a whole bunch of things today. If you're new here, I would really love if you would take a second and hit subscribe down below. Really appreciate it. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and spending a little bit more of your time with me. And everybody, please take a second and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. So we really have a whole hot mess going on here. But it all comes down to what's going on with my savings challenges. I probably have too many going on at one time. I think I might pare it down, get rid of one, possibly two, I'm not 100% certain, but just trying to fund a wide variety of things on sometimes a smaller budget and sometimes a larger budget. Just depends on what's going on. So the first thing we're going to do is kind of organize, move things around. I have a variety of envelopes, some of which I have pulled from the Budget Mom, I absolutely love, some which I have made from cardstock, some of which I have made from sheets of 6x6, just pretty decorative paper. So a variety of different types of envelopes. I try to be as frugal as I possibly can, budget friendly, but at the same time, I want pretty things too. So just trying to really find a way to save money in things that I like. So inside of my savings challenge envelope, I have a whole bunch of different categories that I save for. The first one is my nickel challenge. So the purpose of the nickel challenge, if you do it correctly, is to save a nickel a day for 365 days. Well, I started off on track and then I didn't, and then it was, oh, but now I have this. So at any rate, none of these savings challenges are done the way they're supposed to be, but saving is about what works for your budget, not what works for my budget or works for somebody else's budget. So I've decided to switch things up a little bit and really just whatever I can fill in today is what I fill in today. So for my savings challenge, I have, need to get the calculator for this. $10, $15, $16, $17, $18. And then we have some change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's $2. Plus 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, another dollar. All right. 25, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, a dollar, 110, 115, 120, 125, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and we'll just throw that extra penny in. So that was an extra $1.30. So altogether I have $22.23. Now for my change, I have this not so pretty bucket that I've been dropping change into. I put a little label so I knew what it went for. And it just is, honestly, it's a bucket I got at the Dollar Tree when everything was still $1. And it didn't quite serve the purpose that I wanted it, had bought it for, so I repurposed it, and now it's change holder. Oh, let's move the back off to the side. And then for my cash, I stick that into one of the Budget Mom's envelopes. I used to honestly just used to stuff it all in here, but then it began to drive me absolutely crazy that it was just a hot mess express going on in my envelope. So now I organize it. I still put it back in. I don't count it, but I now put it back in the envelope and away it goes. All right, so we had $22.30. So originally this stopped at $18.25, and then I didn't like the sheet it was on. I wanted to have it all on one side. I had it on two, and then I went ahead and extended it out to $20. So really the purpose and the way I'm working this first is to get rid of the largest values first. So that's $19.50. And then after I get rid of as many large ones as I possibly can, then I back up. Like I've got $2.80. Is that still on here? It is. And if it's available, I shade it in, and if it's not, I break it up into two smaller values. So definitely not doing this correctly, but I don't care. This, I also believe in saving for a purpose. I don't just save to save. I don't just have savings challenges to have savings challenges. This is specifically to save about $4,000 for my emergency fund. I am currently working on Dave Ramsey's baby steps. The first is to get rid of my debt. The second is to have 3 to 6 months worth of money to the side. So I am in no rush to get this emergency fund done. This is just extras here and extras there that I can start to squirrel away right now. So we're gonna put that envelope to the side. Up next is my 52-week savings challenge. This is where you save $1 every week until the end of the year. And if you $1 and then add an extra dollar to that every week, let me rephrase that. And if you do that, you should have $1,378. Well, I'm not doing it correctly, but I also am saving for Christmas. So this is my Christmas fund. So just trying to get it funded as fast as I possibly can. I have $350 for it. So $350. So let's go drop it in its envelopes. I think this will pretty much close out, but I'm not 100% certain if this will close out my Christmas. Again, it's about what works for your budget and what works for my budget, and I want to know that this is totally taken care of. So because of that, I put large chunks in at one time. So all right, so 350 minus 23. We'll use this color again. But just finding a way to save. My first challenge was to baby step 1 in the Dave Ramsey method was to save $1,000. That really wasn't a problem because, well, I'm a squirreler and I save all kinds of money anyway. So it was pretty easy to get that first 1,000 for me. But if you are struggling with that first 1,000, guys, that's okay. I actually have started a savings challenge that we'll get to in a little bit, that if you're struggling, it's a fun way to work on saving $1,000. And then baby step 2 was to pay down all of my debt, which I am on a debt-free journey. We are slowly bringing down that debt a lot faster than when we weren't focused on it. But the goal is in roughly 4.5 years to be out of debt other than the house. So we are creeping, crawling, and getting there. But I absolutely love savings challenges. I've done this one for Christmas basically every year, for I can't even begin to tell you how many years. It just guarantees that I have that money. When the kids were little, we have 3 grown children and 1 baby who is 15 still in the house. When the kids were little, I actually did quarter challenges and 50-cent challenges, and each of them were specifically for each child to make sure that I could get them something special. So this wasn't, when they were little, this was about dinner, Christmas gifts for everybody, not just them. So trying to make sure that they had something little, something special, and that allowed me to save roughly between $300 and $600, depending on which challenge I did. And as they got older, of course, they would get a little bit more than before because, well, things get more expensive when you get older. Oh, I didn't subtract 12. All right. So that was just one way that I've, over the years, have worked on making sure that Christmas specifically was paid for. And this is just, to me, a fun way to do that. I need you to know that this is looking really cool. The calculator says that I still have $189 to still shade in. I can tell you right now that I do not have $189 left to shade in, which probably means we have fully funded this challenge and have some extra monies left over. Oh my goodness! And that money actually will stay in this pot. I will not take it out. It just means that we have extra. Every year we've gone over my Christmas budget, but fortunately we've had a way to buffer that with, oops, I forgot to push that. So 174 minus 6. So fortunately we've had the funds for that, but last year was just as expensive as 2 years ago because price increases on everything. Oh my gosh. So just, I'm okay that I've actually overfunded. I didn't know I had. I will definitely put in the budget to stop putting money into Christmas now that I was putting anywhere from $50 to $100 every 2 weeks when I got paid into Christmas. So now that $50 to $100, whatever it was that was getting set aside, will go into something else. Yay! Oh my goodness. Last one. What color do we want that block to be? We will make it orange. Oh, you know what would have been neat if I'd done this in red and green? Oh, well, we'll think about that for next year. Oh, it's fully funded. Okay, so we're gonna count this because, well, I just love counting. But I don't know, you know what, it's not here, my tray, that's okay. I count in a rather odd way. Sometimes I count by what the bill is, sometimes I put things into the calculator, so excuse me if I don't count what you're used to, but this works for me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 100 times 10 plus 1, 2, 50 times 2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times 2 or times 20 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my goodness. 9 times 10 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 times 5 plus $1 equals, yay! We have saved $1,546. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me write that on my sheet. Oh, Christmas is paid for. This should, unless prices go up again, take care of everything. Yay. Okay, all right, so let's write on here. Oh, fully funded. And we have $1,546. Yay! So it's over my 1,378 goal, but that's okay. It just means that I know that maybe shipping is taken care of, or a little bit extra, or maybe some inflation. So yes! Okay, so we will, so excited, put that to the side. Yay! My next savings challenge is a home improvement. We would love to save for some French doors. French doors are expensive and they just keep getting more expensive. So I'm also contemplating taking this savings challenge out, just because we really aren't focused on those doors. There are other things that I think we might want to put this money in, but there really isn't a lot going into it either. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen to my home improvement savings challenge, but we will see. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Each one is worth 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $10. We'll leave the $5 in there. And red looks like a good color. These are just some cute letters I found on the internet. I try to make most of my stuff. And I loved them, so I went ahead and put them, rearranged them, copied them, pasted them so that it said home improvement. This is not something that I found already done, but that's how I made it. Was I just found puzzle letters, I think is what I Googled. All right, so let's set that to the side. So those are all of these tracking sheets. I also have a holiday challenge, which is just a little bit of buffer, a little bit of extra money for the next holiday coming up. Right now that's 4th of July. So we're gonna add $5, $10, $15, $16, $17 to it. How much do we have for 4th of July? 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, $48. Not bad. We don't do much around 4th of July, but it's nice to be able to, when we go down and watch fireworks, to be able to purchase something while we're there. So that's what this money will be for. All right, so all of those, and one fully funded. Okay, sorry. Up next, my daughter is getting married later this year. I am doing the 100 envelope challenge for her. Again, I have problems doing things in a particular order, so it's not happening in order. But And I also, so let's be real here, I didn't like this sheet when I made this sheet, but I went ahead because I used ink. I'm using it. I printed it, and every envelope is getting $50. Originally, it was going to be in the order it was in, and then I was like, oh, I'm throwing money. And then it was like, I don't want to have to calculate, is the money in the right space or not? So I got lazy, and everybody's getting a $50 bill. And then so that it will be worth the $5,050, I'll add an extra 50 at the end. So let's count these out real quick. How many am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go mark off 5 of them. Again, I don't particularly like this sheet, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not too worried that it's not too pretty. She's not getting this sheet, and that's all that matters to me. So just trying to shade it in and track it so that I know when I've hit that 100 envelope mark. Oh, that's a nice 50. It was nice and crisp. I feel bad for folding it. And these are envelopes that I, again, didn't finish out. I don't have a laminator, so I didn't really finish them out. These are those 6x6 squares of paper, and I cut them into 3x3 or 3x6 blocks so that I could fold them in half, have just enough of the $50 bill hang out that made me happy, and put them into, oh, come on here, work. Ah, that one got stuck. All right, and then put them in here so that they fan out beautifully. I love the way it looks as it is getting more and more full. I need you to know that it's bothering me that they're not all the same height. We'll work on that later. But just that organizational thing, love the way it looks. And just trying to have a little bit of function with a little bit of pretty. So we will set this back off to the side from a child. Up next is my 1 month ahead challenge. So I started this not too long ago with the goal of, again, trying to save a little bit extra for those rainy days. I also I decided to break it up into a whole bunch of different categories of things that we use every month instead of just stuffing it all into one pile. I did that 2022. I saved $2,022. Was it 21? I don't remember. I think it was 2021. I saved $2,021, and it was really just fill in a chart, like the 100 chart, and it was okay, but I thought this would be more fun and a different way for me to be able to collect that 1 month ahead. When all of these are shaded in, it'll be roughly $5,000, and that for me is more than 1 month ahead, but I thought, we'll give it a try. So the way this works is everybody gets $1 when we start the beginning, and then we are going to watch usually you would call it the debt snowball method, but we're gonna call it the savings snowball method, where instead of sorting it out and this person gets this and this one gets this, when we get to the one that has the lowest value that's needed, they'll get some extra. So you'll notice that I calculated out how much everybody's going to get. So dining out gets $14 for me to be able to shade one in. And some of them are the same. So there's another 14. And they go down. So the most pricey was the first one. So, and then I make a big mess. Mortgage was $38. And then they go down from there. And I think the smallest one is like $4. And just adding $1 into everybody. And I know I have more than $15. I probably should have counted, but I have 15 of these particular things. Every 2 weeks when I get paid, I try to stick $15 at the least in here. Sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes it's a little bit less. It just depends on what's going on in life. Let's be real. And I go from there. Oh, all right. So I know that this has been, it has its $6 in it. It has its $5 in it, and this has its $4 in it. So how my snowball method is working is now these three are really just going to sit here and hold their little bit of money until everybody else gets stuffed and it's completely full and has one shaded in. So we're going to back up, and internet needs $7, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 score. So we actually are going to shade it in. It's not going to get any extra monies. My Wi-Fi bars, we'll make them blue. I just think Wi-Fi goes nice with blue. Probably something psychological from my iPhone, but you know, my bars. And circle that in. All right, so there's my Wi-Fi. Internet has it $7. So now I'm gonna back up to the one that gets the next smallest amount, and that's $8. See how much we have in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yay! So now the RV, I can shade in one RV. I am not a cutesy, let's shade them all different colors. Sometimes I am, most of the time I am not. So we're gonna have a blue RV with a tan cab. I don't know that I particularly like that, but it'll work this time. All right, so we have one RV done, yay! All right, let's back up because I still have cash to stuff. So the student loan, which gets $12, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I still have $1 left, yay! Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yay! And the whole point of this is, it's like I said, it's like the avalanche method or snowball method, where everybody gets their $1 and the smallest one gets the extras, and until they have all gotten one value filled in, and then I will take all of that out, put it in the bank, and start all over again. Now, yes, they do have different numbers of icons on each one of them. I don't care. I'm thinking of a way to kind of balance it out, but for now, I think this is pretty fun. So we have one done for my student loan, and then my phone, I'm gonna guess has $5 because that's what the student loan started out with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it has $6. So the next time I start with my 15, we will again start from the largest value. Everybody will get their $1. And then when I get down to the phone, which is the first non-colored icon, the phone will get extras and we'll kind of fill them all in. I think I calculated out, and this will be like $200 and something to go into the bank at a time as I work on filling them up. So it sounds a little sad that everybody didn't get an equal amount, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that already have their icons already colored in. Love it. And that should leave me with what I said, 15, so 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 who still need to get their icon, but that is okay. We are filling, yay! And cannot wait until I can pull everything out and put like $200 and something in the bank. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, and then that's all of these. There's a little bit left in here. That $5 was for my home improvement because that's in $10 challenges. And then my daughter's wedding, I do in 50s, and I've got a 20 that's headed towards the next one, but we're not there yet. So we're gonna actually stick that back in here. So I am cheap. Oh, snap. I'm throwing things too. Oh, let's see if we can find them all. All right, there's 1, 2. One more. Where'd you go? There you are. I am cheap. I reuse things as much as I possibly can so that I don't have to either rebuy something or completely just get something new. So some of my envelopes, sometimes you'll notice they have writing on the back, and it's just because I'm cheap. So that's that one. And then the one that I am probably the most excited to share with you. So I wanted a cool way to save $1,000, and that's essentially what it is. It's 10 different cards, and it is saving $100 at a time. So when I have scratched all of these off, that will be $1,000. But as I do that, my goal is to put it towards something specifically as soon as it is funded. So it's just a whole bunch of, they look the same, but all of the values on them are different. The values range anywhere from $1 to $10. And I tried to, oh, and there's even a skip on here. The goal is to pull from my cash funds. And sometimes I might scratch one and be done, and sometimes I might scratch a couple, just depends on how much it wants me to pull out. So this first one, I haven't really decided what I want to save for. I don't know if I want it to be for my 1 month ahead. I don't know if I want it to be for my emergency. I don't know if I want it to be for just maybe spending cash to go blow. Maybe it's going to pay down my debt. I don't know. I would love your ideas on what this first 100 should be saved for as I go towards saving $1,000. So I'm not going to fill that in, but I do have a space for the purpose. I'm going to be real. I forgot to bring a quarter, so we're going to steal one out of the change bucket that's next to me from my savings challenge earlier, and we'll stick it back in, don't worry. All right, so we are also not, because I don't necessarily feel, I don't like to go in order. I'm that child who always probably is going to sit in a different seat just because it's going to throw somebody else off. So if you are a go in order kind of person, I am not. I'm so sorry. It's not what you're going to get today. So we are going to find $2 out of my cash envelopes. Gas, I know, has plenty of money in it. My cash envelopes, I don't track any of the cash in them, so I don't have to worry about a tracking sheet. I also don't have a tracking sheet for this. This is a budget envelope, or a budget mom envelope. It's too small for the cash. It kind of sticks out a little bit. I'm not fond of this one, but right now I don't have ink to reprint anything. So this is the envelope we're going to use. All right, and I might work on a tracking sheet the next time I do this one. So let's put my $2 in. Was just $2. We're gonna push our luck. Again, there are values from $1 to $10 on here. There's also a skip. And we will pick this one. $4. So we are gonna go find $4 in just a second. I am not one who needs everything scratched off, but I know some of you are out there who are like that. What I didn't realize, so I don't have a laminator. And when I made these, I did not, my whole page is not laminated. So because of that, the scratch off is actually shading it around. I think I kind of like that. I think I'm going to make it happen on all of them. Oh, I love that. Oh, this is so great. All right, so $4. This I'm not allowed to pull from my son's allowance, and the RV I'm not allowed to pull from. So let's go see $4. No, $4. No, $4. No. $4. I think that's a big no. Oh, but I do have some dollars in here, so I've got 2. We'll go see what's in groceries real quick. 2, 3, 4. There was my $4. Yay! So took it from a variety of places, not just gas. I don't want to continuously take from the same place. I want to make sure that I spread around the love and that it comes from a different place every time. So yay, $6 towards my first save 100. Again, I don't know what it's for. Please drop down in the comments below what you think this $100 should be for. I'd really love to hear it. And those are all of my savings challenges that I have going on. Way too many. However, one's fully funded. This one I'm contemplating on stopping, and the rest of them, I'm just loving the progress I am making on getting towards all of my goals, because they are reachable when you focus on them, guys. Well, that's it for me today. If you have not already, please take a second, hit subscribe down below, thumbs up everybody, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.